Yeah, good evening, everyone out there listening to us. We are here again on the day 7th of our book review. Like you know, we have been reviewing this book, Eight Paradigm Shifts by ADEOLU AKINYEMI. And today is day 7. We have in the building Mr. Bosa to lead us in the discussion for today. He's a real estate consultant and an HR personnel. So it's going to do justice to the paradigm 7. But before I hand over to him, I'll quickly do a recap of the paradigms that we have done. That's paradigm from paradigm 1 to 6, so that you can get an hold of what we have been discussing since. So this is the paradigm that affects our financial intelligence, how we make, manage, and multiply money. So if this paradigm are not shifts, we will see that we'll continue to struggle financially because the paradigms are fundamentally wrong. And until we can put on the right lens before we can see correctly. So the paradigm 1 says that your goal is not financial freedom. So your goal is security. We know our the school system taught us to look for financial freedom. Financial security. You look for job, you are being paid salary, you are in your comfort zone, you don't want to launch out, you just pay. You earn enough to pay your bills. That's what financial security is all about. And anytime you are unable to work again, you know that's a problem. The money stop coming in. But if you are aiming for a life of freedom, you need to put a system in place that ensures that whether you work or not, money comes in consistently. So the paradigm 2 is many things you think are assets are not assets. So this is another paradigm that we've talked about. We make it so, it's the bank actually, because when they give you some loan, they will call it asset loan. Then you think that anything you buy with that money is an asset. So this paradigm was able to explain to us that most of the things we think are assets, like the house we live in, they are not assets because it's not bringing money into our pocket. So anything that is taking money out of your pocket is a liability, and anything that is bringing money into your pocket is an asset. So the house you are living in is not an asset until you rent it out to another person that is paying you rent. Then the land you buy somewhere that is not being rented out to a farmer who is paying you money is not an asset yet. It may be an asset in storage, but until you are able to put it up for rentage or for lease, or you are farming on it and something is coming, that is when it becomes an asset. And so many other things that the paradigm discussed. Then the paradigm 3 is how much you earn is not what is important. Then what is important? What is important is your cash flow at the end of every month. After you've deduct your income, your expenses from your income, if something is left and is positive, then that is what goes into your storehouse that you can use to take care of opportunity. But if it's negative, that's a suicide mission. So one has to be aware of that paradigm. Then the paradigm 4 says that money, hard work, and savings are not it. Money, hard work, savings are not it. Then what is it? It's the financial intelligence you apply to the money, that you apply to the hard work and the savings that make you truly financially free. Then we have the paradigm 5, which says that economy is not all true. So we all learned in school that we have limited resources and that our wants are uncertain. So the limited resources that we have, we all fight and struggle for it. But this paradigm helps us to shift the mentality of scarcity, that in fact, the universe is full of abundance and everyone can fly. The sky is enough for everyone to fly if you really want to go for it. Then the last one, paradigm 6 before today's discussion says that savers are not better than debtors. Savers are not better than debtors. And the author did a justice to this by saying that most people, he used a real estate example for it, that we have two friends. The one friend has 30 million naira 30 years ago and the friend asked him to bring the 30 million naira for double the money. Okay, times 4, that is going to give him times 4 of the money after 30 years. So, and the friend lent the money to his other friend, thinking that, okay, he is feeling cool, that at least it's the friend that is owing him. He is not a debtor and is going to pay back. But this man, the other friend, took the debt he collected from his friend and invested in real estate, in a land in the Okpebi area 30 years ago. But now he was able to pay the friend back with interest, and he still have up to 1 billion naira in reserve from this transaction. So that is the point he used to buttress this point. Then now we go to the 7th one, which says that your greatest problems are not enemies. So that is the discussion today. And I will hand over to our anchor for today, Mr. Bosa. Over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure you can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
I'm indeed honored to be invited to this platform to speak on the topic or to review the book, The 8th Paradigm, and I'm talking on you cannot achieve without a map. I think that's what I will do in the next 15 minutes. Okay, so thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, sorry, now, okay, is that the one your greatest, we've not discussed your greatest problem are not enemies? Or you want to take, okay, the paradigm 8.
Okay, paradigm 7, your greatest enemy are not your enemies. Okay. We can quickly go through, we can read through, we can quickly review it. I think that will not be a problem. I was thinking it's paradigm 8 before.
Yes, we actually missed a day yesterday. So that's why we're on paradigm 7 today.
Okay. So I think you've been able to give us a breakdown of what the book is actually from paradigm 1 to 6. So today we'll quickly go through the 7th, which is your greatest problem are not enemies. Technically, in our society today, people believe that they are poor or they lack or they are not financially free yet. It's because somebody in their village is actually doing that. Okay, you work in a place where you earn 30,000 salary and are using iPhone 13. Okay, and of recent, you have to hear people tell you, please give me urgent 2K. I don't know if, I'm sure it's everybody listening to me has gone through, had experience of people telling you, please, urgent 2K. You meet somebody online or one of your friends online, maybe probably your schoolmate, and the next thing is saying, oh, how are you? Please, can I have an urgent 2K? So urgent 2K is like the in thing now. So you work in a place where you earn 50,000 salary, you are riding Mercedes Benz, the latest formatic Mercedes Benz. You are using, I've seen a scenario and I was surprised. I have to get this. Are you sure you work here? I drove one day to a filling station. I can't actually remember the location of the filling station. And the lady was supposed to fill the car was handling an iPhone, I think either iPhone 13. The recent version was like, excuse me, like how much you earn as a salary that you can afford this type of phone? Was it a gift Who gave you? Like in my mind, so many thoughts were coming to my head. So in essence, our greatest problem is not really those enemy that or people you feel they are your enemy. Basically, most times we are actually the enemy of ourselves. We actually go into certain ventures, certain liabilities that even our current income is not able to cater for. Your salary is 50,000 and you are staying in a 4-bedroom flat in Lekki. You agree with me that such person has already shot himself on the leg. So let us quickly look at what are these challenges. Who is the enemy? And I said, so most times our major enemy may not be that woman or that cat you see that is walking on the street in the night, or that jump on your roof in the night, and you think that is your real enemy. Sometimes, most times, our enemy might even be ourselves. The decisions we make or the lack of right decisions we took at a particular time are actually the major problem that is retarding us from achieving our financial goal. So the best thing to do is to ensure you give yourself the best energy first to become financially free. So that's the first thing. So the first thing you need to do to be able to overcome this enemy, which most time could an internal enemy, which could be yourself, is to have the right energy to become financially free. So it is something you do intentionally. It's not something you do because you are seeing other people becoming rich. Most of us, we appear rich, but in reality, we are not rich. Okay, most people appear rich. They wear expensive clothes, ride expensive car, stay in rented apartments that you borrow money to pay every month. So all these things are some of the enemies we are actually referring to, and you find yourself capable of rescuing a lot of people more. So if we have the right energy in our financial journey, okay, and I said that apples needs a lot of ingredients. You have to be consistent. There's need for you to be very consistent in your day-to-day activity. In your finance, you must track your your finances. What is my income? What are my expenses? How do I do them? What is my balance sheet? Am I getting it right? So the energy now helps you to overcome or get to your financial goal on time. And when you get there, it will also help you to help other people, okay, to achieve the same financial goal. So the first place is, of course, discipline. You have to be disciplined. And the word indiscipline is one of the greatest enemy many have that's affecting our finances. For example, let me still use the word the amount. Let me use 50,000 as a case study. You earn 50,000 naira per month, and then you spend over 10,000 naira to subscribe for data because you want to be on TikTok, do videos, make comedy. You want to watch videos. You want to stream videos live on Netflix. Netflix, yes. So in essence, indiscipline, okay, is financial indiscipline now, because we're talking about financial goal. We're talking about financial freedom. So indiscipline in our financial statements is one of the greatest enemy. Once yourself, you are the architects, okay? So when you are not disciplined with your finances, to get to your financial freedom bracket will be very, very difficult, okay? So indiscipline is one of the greatest enemy one may have, that's like an hindrance for people to get to their financial goal. So the only way what you have in your hand can grow is when you have a system in place to always put away the reserve. So the only way you can grow the little you have, even if you earn 50,000 naira, and you're able to discipline yourself, okay, after taking the basics. So it's the only way you can grow, because we're talking about financial freedom, is when you have a system, okay? When you have a system that you can put the reserve. So if you're earning 50,000 naira and you're able to put your 20,000 naira, which is the remaining, in a system, it will grow. So in essence, your 20,000 naira becomes like a seed you are planting. And this seed is not what you do once, in the next month you don't do. Like I said, consistent. You must be intentional too in your financial journey. We're talking about financial freedom here. You must be intentional. I want to be financially free. At so age, there must be time. So you must give yourself a time. At the age of 60, at the age of 50, I don't want to work anymore. I want to be financially free. So you will become an enemy to yourself when you are not disciplined in your financial, how you use your finances. Okay? If you're not disciplined, everybody comes to you, you spend anyhow, you go to parties, everybody, there's one bed, they want to buy a clothes of 30,000 naira, they start at 50,000, you buy because you want to show off, because you want to show your friend on TikTok, you want to pepper them. Now, the peppering them is what will not pepper you. Now, you don't, the only competition you have is yourself.
Exactly.
You are not in any competition with anybody. So if you are trying, if you are stressing your finances because you want to impress the next person, sincerely, you will live in financial bondage. Financial bondage. By the time you want to impress everybody, you want them to know that, yes, I have arrived. I want to use the latest iPhone. I want to show them, yes, you have iPhone, but you don't have recharge card, for crying out loud. So you use iPhone and you keep, please, I want to make, can I give you your phone? You want, oh, please, can you loan me some money? And the person looking at this, the amount of phone you have, 400,000. Are you okay? And you're asking me for 2K. No, come on, it's not possible. So to be able to get to your financial freedom, to get a financial freedom, you must be intentional. It's an intentional act. It's not something you do because because you just want to do it. No, you must be consistent in what you are doing. Okay, I want to get to this place. You must continue, no matter what the challenges you may be going through, whatever it may be. You must be consistent, and you must ensure that the little you have as your reserve, put it in a system. And that's where the problem is. Most of us don't have a system. So what I mean by a system is something that continues to bring in a constant amount of money. Okay, there are so many opportunities of business today, but when you don't have a system, when you don't have a money kept aside, those opportunities will come and go. We have big deals, we have small deals. I'm sure you have asked somebody telling you that there's a plot of land in so place, it's just 100,000, and then you don't have any money on you. So creating a system, the system allows you to generate continuous passive income month in, month out. But when you are not disciplined, you will eat into that system. Okay, so most business owners, most of the ones people I know today, even in their system, they collect salary so that they don't eat into the business company's money. So if you have a company, either the company is a 1 million naira or 20 billion naira company, they earn salaries, okay, or they take percentage of the annual profit or whichever it's applicable to them. The reason is that if you allow yourself to dip into the company's resources, you will abuse the opportunity, and of course the system may not last the test of time. So for you to be able to overcome yourself and overcome this enemy that are not people from your village, you must create a system. Okay, and that system should be able to auto-run itself. Whether you are there or not there, the system should be able to auto-run. Okay, and when it auto-run itself, you give the system an autonomy. Okay, you don't need to touch whatever the system is making or thereabout. So a rich man in a company of 3 poor people is the fourth poor man. A rich man in a company of 3 poor people is a poor man. So in essence, your first enemy is choose your friend. Like my friend will say, choose them deliberately. Davido some days ago just put on internet that he wants 1 million from his friends. And within few hours, he was able to get 200 million. In essence, his network is his net worth. So your network is your net worth. So if a rich man has 3 poor men, he's the fourth poor person among them. So my friend will always say that you should choose your friend deliberate, be intentional about the caliber of people around you. So if you have people who are financially poor, definitely it will rub off on you. If you have friends that are financially intelligent, technically it will rub off on you. Okay, so very soon, when they have sucked out all the virtue out of him, he will soon join them in their parade as the fourth poor man. Okay, he will join them. Yoruba people will say, ẹran bá járìn, ó máa jẹ̀gbẹ́. That means if goats walks with a dog or with the dog, okay, a sheep, right? That is a sheep. It will definitely eat shit. So if a poor man works with if a rich man works with a poor man, there's every tendency that he's going to fall into that category. So in essence, the first way to overcome that enemy is for you to be intentional about the kind of caliber of people, the kind of friends you have. Number 2, the people you should watch out. The people you should watch out for are the ones who consciously help you to lead a financial irresponsible life. So the people you should watch out for, that's why I use the word intentional. The people you should watch out for are people who help you, to consciously or unconsciously lead a financial life. So if you have a friend that is living a financially irresponsible life, then you know that there's every tendency for him to affect you. My friend, why? Let us finish this carton of beer now. Don't worry, the next month's salary will still enter. So such kind of friend, you should be very conscious about them. So people who help you or who lead you to live a financially irresponsible life, to me, is a red flag. Okay, is a red flag. So avoid such people as much as possible, because they are one of the enemies you should run away from. If you don't need to run, you should flee, like the Bible said. So the first person on this list is you. The first person on this list of living an financially irresponsible lifestyle is you. Okay, so you should be able to overcome yourself, overcome your unnecessary spending. Have a budget, have a book where you write out your day-to-day expenses, track your income, track your expenses. I'm sure most of us listen to me, maybe half of us do that. Last year, 2021, do you have a financial break, your expenses for the year? How much was your financial expense for that year? I'm sure you can tell me how much your income was, but how much did you spend? So if you can have a proper record of what comes in and what comes out, it will guide you, okay, on those unnecessary expenses that you should avoid. Now, that's why I said the first person that is a culprit here is yourself, okay, is yourself. And follow closely by people who are close to you enough to make demand on you. Okay, sometimes people that are close to us also assist us to make some irresponsible financial spending. So you should be able to identify these people. Okay, some family members just come to you, brother, they know that you're collecting salary. So how do you avoid such people? Of course, you have to be intentional about it. You have to be conscious about it also. You have got to know what you are doing. You are on a journey to financial freedom, and that shows that you should be able to avoid things like that. And I said the first person is you on that calendar, and the second person are people that are close to you that will want you to spend unnecessarily. For example, personal experience now. Recently I was told by some of my close ones that let us go to Bebish, let's go and enjoy ourselves. And I said, okay. I asked a very simple question: who does the spending? If you're the one that will spend the money, oh well, I'm ready, let's go there, let's go have some fun. But if I'm the one to carry the spending, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. So that's what I'm saying, that the first enemy is you. The second enemy are people that are close to you. And you should be very diplomatic in saying no, when you know that such decision will affect your financial freedom. The next one is indiscipline is one of these great enemy. Indiscipline is one of these great enemies. Not having a budget is also one of the greatest enemy. I'm sure I've mentioned most of these while I was discussing that if you are indisciplined, financially indisciplined, if you are financially indisciplined, of course, you cannot achieve financial freedom. If you don't have a budget, a weekly budget, a monthly budget, and you cannot track your budget, then to get to that dreamland may be very dicey. The next one is for you to know that the only way what you have is in your hand can grow is when you have a system in place to always put away the reserve. So the only way in which what you have at hand can grow is like a seed. You have one seed or 3 seeds of orange. Okay, the only way you can multiply that seed is very simple. It's not by putting it in the fridge or putting it in the bank like the talent man. You remember that talent story? One has 5 talents, the other one has 2 talents, and the other one has 1. The one that was given 5 invested that talent, isn't it? And he gained 5 more. The other one that had 1 went and dig his talents because he felt his master was a thief or was a wicked man. So the only way you can grow the one you have in your hand is to create a system. And that's why I use the Bible explanation by saying invest. Okay? And investment is invest wisely, not Ponzi scheme. We have different Ponzi scheme now. Bring 10 naira, collect 5 naira. Bring 200 naira, collect 20,000. A system that doesn't have a value. You have so many MMM, for example. There's no product that is delivering. There's no product that they are selling that can generate such amount of money. Thank God for the Green Mondays. We have products. There is a network marketing business, a company. We have products that we sell. Okay, you have value for your products. So in essence, you need to put your money where it can grow, not in a Ponzi scheme that has no product, no value that they are giving out, and of course, at the end of the day, you lose your capital. So the only way you can grow the little you have in your hand is to create a system. Okay, and finally, get yourself accountable to a coach or a partner. So we are looking at the enemy here, and we said the only way you can overcome is to have an accountability partner. An accountability partner is somebody that keeps track of your record. I want to achieve this between January and March. The person follow you through. Have you done it today? Your daily method of operation, have you done it today? How many people have you called? The money you have in your hand now, have you put it in saving? How much do you save out of the money you just collected? What have you done? Where are you now? You want to get to so place, you want to get to Z, yeah, in so day. So where are you now? This is where you are, this way you're going to, how do you get to where you want to get to? So these are the ways for you to overcome your that enemy. And of course, we're looking at the greatest enemy, the greatest problems. We said this greatest problem are not our enemies, but says sincerely, we are the architects of our problem. And because most time we are indisciplined, financially indisciplined, we allow so many things to come our way that we're supposed to avoid. We allow them to come, and all these affect us from achieving our financial journey. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. You have done justice to this topic, and I was even carried away listening to all the examples that you used to bring out these points alive. So we say a big thank you. We appreciate you. Our time is running out now, so we have less than 1 minute to the end of this discussion. I will say 1 or 2 things to buttress the point, but honestly, you have done a good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for people that will be watching this after, if you have any question, you can drop it on the group for us to answer. So, Mr. Bosma, thank you for coming. Really appreciate you. So this is where we'll be dropping the curtain for tonight. Tomorrow we'll take the final paradigm on this book, which says you cannot achieve without a map. You cannot achieve without a map. So see you tomorrow, God willing. So have a wonderful night rest. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.